Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Baltimore 95 Sports. So I want to address the Lamar Jackson situation. The Ravens had come off a tough loss against Jacksonville this past Sunday, 27-28. And a fan tweeted shortly after that about Lamar Jackson should walk, or the Ravens should let Lamar Jackson go at the end of the season, and they'd be better off spending the money somewhere else. And it must have been included in Lamar's Twitter feed, so Lamar got wind of that and responded and said some few choice words to the fan about he didn't know what he's talking about. Basically blow him off and some other words I can't say, or some other expressions. But Coach Harbaugh met with Lamar, I believe yesterday, and kind of went over the situation about what went on and kind of stay away from social media, especially shortly after the game, or just kind of, get away from that. I know he took down that his response down, and he had over 13,000 likes within the hour of that. But it just goes to show that Lamar's been getting a lot of heat this past week, whether it be in the local media here in Baltimore or in the national media. I look at a lot of these people on ESPN and things like that, and half of them couldn't play football city life, but now they're kind of nitpicking about Lamar this, Lamar that, and it's a team sport. The defense gave up this win, and the last 4 losses that the Ravens have, they've given up a lead as large as 10 points in the fourth quarter, and some of that falls on offense, but the defense has to hold these teams. And like I said, it's not just Lamar. He's just a piece of this puzzle, and I hate to see the people blame him. And if you're a true Ravens fan, you remember when we didn't have a team for 12 years, when the Colts were here. I'm old enough to remember the Colts, and the Colts, when I was young, weren't good at all, and they left, and we had a span of 12 years before we got the Ravens, and then it only took the Ravens 4 years to win the Super Bowl in 2000, and then we went through the Kyle Bowler years, which was dreadful, and then we got to the Flacco amazing season in 2012, gave us another championship, and now we have Lamar. Lamar has done things with this team that the other people have not done. Lamar has changed the culture of the Ravens, and not making just a local team, but making a national team. You have children all across the globe that are buying Ravens jerseys based on Lamar. Lamar has increased the value of the Ravens far beyond what they could ever pay him. This is a national brand, a national team. Like you would say Dallas is a global brand. The Ravens are kind of getting that way based off Lamar. He has put so much focus and so much spotlight on his team that the Ravens can't even pay him enough for what he's actually worth. And he has transcended this game, and he's just going to get better as time goes along, but he cannot do it on his own. And for people who never played the sport of football, whether it's a commentator or some fan just trying to get some likes or whatever, and blame him for the losses, he's just a small part of this. It's a team sport. It's team. And that's why I just wish people leave Lamar alone. Let him focus on what he has to do. This is a young man who has a lot of things on his plate. He's negotiating his own contract. I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with that, but look at the money he's saving and all the other things, that intangibles that he brings to the Baltimore Ravens. I'm proud and glad that he's on our team. It was one of the smarter choices that the Ravens have done. Now we just had to build those pieces around him. And a lot of people from our defense and our offense are out injured, and we're starting to get those people back, those pieces back. And I believe towards the end of the season, we'll be in the playoffs. And that's why I believe Lamar's going to shine, because all that pressure built up on this young man, because this is going to change his family's life forever. He's building something special. He's building a brand and having all this pressure. And even with that fan, even Lamar said some bad things in the heat of the moment, but that doesn't neglect or take from all the things he's done, especially in not only in the Baltimore community, but in the global community that he's done. He's a young man. He's going to make mistakes. You have other players, especially in the media right now, that you have Jerry Jones situation. People kind of tend to ignore what he's done, but the photo that came out with him, and Kyrie Irving, and I guess Kanye West, but he's not a sports figure. But all these different things, and I hate to kind of have people kind of push Lamar into that scope, whatever. Lamar has done great by the Ravens. This is a wonderful fan base here, and some true Raven fans. He's really transcended this whole entire franchise. For them to wait this long to compensate him doesn't make any sense to me. To try to save a few dollars if they think they can save. If they let Lamar walk, what, we're gonna go through another Kyle Bola situation again, and be another losing streak? Then people's not gonna want to show up to the stadium anymore. I just want give Lamar a chance to perform, build some more pieces, start to get some healthy players back. And Greg Roman, I assume he might take that job, and he might be able to do it, but I assume he's going to stay on for the end of the season. Maybe he can kind of open that vault back up again and find some plays that's dug down in the vault somewhere and dig that stuff back out again and right this ship. I believe that the Ravens will prevail. They will get this thing corrected. So I'm done with this. I just wish people leave Lamar alone. Let the young man, grow. He's young. He's gonna make mistakes. And far as the other fan, he had his own personal opinion what he think the Ravens do. I don't even know if he was a real Ravens fan or not. I don't know, because we got a lot of people that's like that. But he had an opinion. Lamar addressed something in the heat of the moment, and he'll learn from this. This is a growing experience, a learning experience for him. And I want you guys to be safe and take care of yourself. And think about liking and subscribing to Belt with 95 Sports. Thank you.